When somebody transitions, one of the first things inside me, I go, wow, they did it. I am on a reincarnation roll tonight. What happened was my uncle transitioned a couple of few days ago. And, when somebody transitions, one of the first things inside me, I go, wow, they did it. And there's a little bit of excitement, but then, especially if the person is close to me and, was part of my day to day love in this incarnation, then I realize I'm going to miss them, deeply. And that's when the tears, and it's like grief. In this video, real quick, I'm going to keep it short, but I just want to briefly touch on one, the time in between incarnations, because we've got the Lou Gehrig kid, Christian Haupt, who was Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig transitioned in the 40s, and then this kid was born in 2008. So that's interesting right there, the 60-something years in between. We'll talk about that. And also want to talk about, there are some kids who, they have transitioned, and then they came back, and they look at their past life, and they are a completely different nationality. There's this kid in England, Christian, religion, not his name. His name is not Christian. He is a Christian, and his father is a Christian, and but this kid was having nightmares, and it comes out that he was a fighter pilot, a German Nazi fighter pilot, complete different political psychology than what he was raised with his dad, So let's just start there. That to me is so interesting. On the front of my book, the front cover of my book, you see this flower, and you see all these faces in the flower. And that is symbolic of the fact that when we reincarnate, we come back as all different kinds of things. I was going to, on the front of my book, have different genders as well, but I thought that would be too confusing. So I had my graphic artist guy just do female people, but they're all so different if you look at it, right? But the point is that we come back and we are not necessarily the same race, not the same gender, not the same nationality, not the same religion. And this plays into how we are interacting with each other, especially our judgments against certain people, and especially the judgments where hate comes into it. And I'm just wishing so much that people who hate other groups of people would get that, wow, you're hating yourself, probably. You probably did an incarnation as that kind of person. Or, brace yourself. You're about to do one. A KKK person probably be just freaked the hell out to realize that they maybe were African in a few incarnations. I think about the guy who's president right now. And I'm in this thing where I won't say his name, but anyway, if you just look at the date of this video, then you'll know who I'm talking about. But how cool would it be? I'm being evil now, but I would kind of like him to come back in several upcoming incarnations as as each of the kind of people that he has offended or terrified in some way. You know what I mean? Yes, that. Time. James Leninger was the World War II fighter pilot, shot down, and then, so that's in the 40s, and then born again in the 80s. So like 40-something years. Okay. But again, like time really isn't anything. But I'm still thinking about it. I'm like, wow, okay, 40-something years. He maybe had time to do another incarnation in between, right? Then Christian Haupt was Lou Gehrig, and Lou Gehrig transitioned in the 40s. It's 41 or 44. That's 60-something years. So I'm like, wow, that is certainly enough time to have another incarnation in the middle. But it doesn't work that way. And that amount of time in between those two incarnations My book talks about time and how time is a tool that's used in dimensions like this one here on Earth. But it's not used in all dimensions, and it is just a tool, and it is illusionary. Is that a word? Illusionary? Illusional? Illusion. It is an illusion. Okay, anyway, the amount of time is like that on the other side. Over here, it feels like years and years and years. In my book, I talk about how, I've just been talking about incarnations, incarnation and then another incarnation and after life, the after and after. There's really no after. So in my book, I describe and explain how there's no after. All time is happening now. And so when I think about these children and, like why does Christian connect so much and why is he remembering so much of the Lou Gehrig incarnation? There are plenty of other incarnations that he's lived, but why is he remembering that one so much? And I just saw something float, and I would love to see that again. Whenever. It's cool. So anyway, where was I? So there's no after. I really believe that these children are having these experiences, and they are talking about them, and they just happen to be coupled with the right parents who go forth and then are open about it and speak about it and seek information about it. I believe that Spirit is sharing this with us so that we can get calm about life and the afterlife, or at least calmer, and we can get to another place about it and not be in so much grief. And then if there really is reincarnation, then there's a lot that we need to this factors into how we live our life. And I talk about that in my book too. Oh my God, you guys just need to get my book, The Secrets of Lost, The Validity of Multidimensional Existence. I feel like I just could have sort of rambled crazy in this one and that it didn't make sense and I might need to do it over, but I'm good for now. And I thank you again for listening. There are a few other videos in here about reincarnation because I've just gone nuts on it tonight and I'm separating these into parts so they won't be too long. All right, thanks a lot and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.